Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today we are back in 1994, the tail end of the season for the Ottawa Senators. Playoffs are out of the question and we are just going to try and finish the season on a fairly positive note. Now, before we get into that, I just want to remind you that if you like the video, feel free to subscribe and like. That's always appreciated. Thank you. And, well, let's take a look at a couple of things. Now, before we start simming, I did say in the last episode that I was going to offer contracts to some of my players for extensions. So I've selected 4, one that might sound surprising because I've been kind of disappointed in him, but I have kind of a rationale behind it. So you can see them here at the bottom where it says open offers. So I'm offering a contract extension to Jamie Baker, to Guy Hébert, of course, because he's been pretty decent given the circumstances for us. I mean, a 907 save percentage, that's not bad. Now, Paul Cavallini is probably the guy that sounds weird that I'm keeping. The rationale behind it, yeah, he's not having a great season. The rationale behind it is I'm going to be changing coaches, so I'm hoping that a different coach might help him. Also, he's only 28, and maybe that he's just going to be my 7th defenseman at this point. So, I mean, he's still a capable defenseman. I'm just not going to necessarily rely on him to be like a force or anything like that, but I think that he can be useful, hopefully with a better, different role. And then, of course, our captain, Norm McIver, is going to, at least I'm trying to extend him. Norm asked for a no-trade clause, so and that's a 3-year contract I offered him, I believe. So we are going to, if he accepts, we are going to have him for 3 years. I'm not going to be able to trade him. So here you see the salaries that I'm offering each of them. So it's all pretty decent money. As far as the owner goes, I'm not offering crazy contracts. Norm McIver is asking for a little bit of money, but that's not too crazy. He's our guy. On the back, him and Zardy Zalewski are probably gonna carry us next season. So that's pretty much what it looks like there. As for the other guys, there's a plethora of other players that, I was a little bit on the fence about. Guys like Bradshaw, for example, or Lonnie Loach, who's having a decent season, or Sylvain Turgeon. Those guys, I am not resigning now. That doesn't mean that I am going to let them all go. I'm just going to wait until it's free agency. I'm going to see what players get injected into our team because July 1st I'm going to get some players that were either drafted by the Sens or signed by the Sens. So I'm going to see what I'm getting there, and then I'm going to see what's on the free agent market as well, and then I'm going to go ahead and take a decision. From experience, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot on the free agent market, to be honest. So quite a few of those players I'm probably going to end up resigning. So I'm pretty confident that Bradshaw's going to be back, and maybe Lonnie Loach or something like that. So anyway, those guys are going to answer me in the next couple days, see if they accept the contract offers or not. And well, let's get going. Our next game is against the Panthers tomorrow, worst team in the East. We should be able to win that, although we're 1-2 against them. So right, some news. Strong game for Pat LaFontaine. He had 5 goals. Yeah, good game, buddy. That's 5 straight games with at least a goal. So that means at least 9 goals in his last 5 games. It's pretty impressive. Rod Brydon is very unhappy as my work. Okay. You better start winning or you have to find a new job. You can't fire me. 4-7-1. Of course, that's not a great record given the circumstances, given the Sens that year and everything. I consider that acceptable. Alright, so Jamie Baker signed for 3 years. So he will be with the team for 3 more years. Paul Cavallini signed for 2 more years, I believe. It doesn't say there, but I believe it was a 2-year contract. Same for Hebert, it was a 2-year contract. Alright, perfect. And McIver signed as well. Perfect. So those are part of my core players, and they all re-signed. So that's pretty good. Right? Paul Cavallini is not a core player, but I have faith that he can turn it around. He's young enough. All right, playing in Florida. Alright, so Yashin and Deg are going to be on our first line with Sergeant. Sergeant's starting to decline. He's still at 8 there. Ooh, so now that we gave that big contract to Norm McIver, Rick Bowness decides to put him on the second pair. Why not? Oh boy. Maybe it's to help Gord Deneen a little bit with his -5 million. Alright. Oh boy, you know that talent is scarce in Florida when one of their identified star player is Bobby Dawes. And you do have Van Beesbroek in net. Alright, let's win this game. I'm confident Guy's gonna get us a good game. And we won 4-1. I called it. Alright, so we won 4-1. We were outshot 34-30. I don't have a major problem with those numbers at all. Yashin was the first star, 2 goals and an assist. Pretty good game there. And I'm still hoping that Yashin can get to 50 goals. That would be pretty cool. Guilbert, second star, so I did call that he would have a good game for us. Stopped 33 shots. And Sergeant had a goal and an assist. So Bradshaw scored from Bergquist and Larionov. Yashin has 45 now. Well, 46 he scored twice. So. Assisted by Deg. So 46. He has 6 games, I believe, left to go to score 4. That would be really cool to get Yashin to 50 goals in his first season. I really want for it to happen. Craig Simpson extends his point streak to 12 games. You call games now. Terry Crisp angry at local media over an I'm coverage. So it's Terry Crisp that's upset at the media to start this month. Pat LaFontaine extends his point streak to 12 games with an assist against the Nordiques. McGillney in the same game had a great game, scored 3 of the 4 goals. So hat trick for McGillney. Is he having a good season? Yeah, I would say so. 105 points in 78 games. That's pretty good in my book. Rapidly adjusting is Alexei Yashin. Yeah, he's eyeing 50 goals. I think he's fine. Alright. John Bice is available, and again Tom O'Regan. I mean, I think he's been on the waivers 5 times a month by now. Good night for Chris Chelios. He had a hat trick, 3 goals. Okay season for Chelios. Wayne Gretzky against his former team extended his point streak to 12 games. With a goal and an assist. Craig Simpson extends his point streak to 13 in the same game. Craig Muni is back from suspension. Ron Francis extends his point streak to 13 games with 3 assists. I Alright, and Martin Brodeur just signed a 2-year extension with the Devils. Probably a smart move by Lou Lamoriello. Alright, next game is at home against the Capitals tomorrow. Let's see here. Mike Gartner, 600 goals in his career. So again, lots of milestones. Ron Francis' point streak ended at 13 games. Was held pointless against the Lightning. And LaFontaine point streak ended at 12 games against the Nordiques. Ooh, I was afraid it was Paul that was hurt, helping a friend move, but it's Gino. Gino Cavallini is the monthly hurt good Samaritan. Open ice leads to a productive night for Wayne Gretzky. 4 assists for Wayne. Wayne Gretzky extends this point streak to 13. Oh, so today is November 21st. Yesterday, the Sens played the Abs, and the Abs had that ceremony for Guy Carbonneau's induction into the Hall of Fame, and Gretzky had they collected quotes and everything, recorded ex-players that played with or against Guy Carbonneau in their career, and Gretzky openly admitted that the better team in '93 won the Stanley Cup. So there's that. I don't agree. I will never agree that Montreal was better than anybody else ever. Well, I guess their Stanley Cup count is kind of against my whole argument, but my argument is not based on logic at all. It's funny because I had never heard Gretzky say anything like that in '93 it's the best thing. Maybe he had said that before, but I had never heard him say it. Alright, so we're playing in Ottawa against Washington. We have won both games against them this year, so we can definitely do it again. Norm McIver is back on the top pairing. Maybe he was just trying things or something. Alright, so we won 5-4 and 5-3 against them so far. We're facing Don Beaupre. Let's go. Another win. That would be great. Oh yeah, 2-1 win. Tight game. Love it. And we have no injuries too, so I believe that's pretty much the first time of this season that we've had all of our best players playing. Alright, so that brings us to 24, 51, and 4 for 52 points. I mean, considering that's not too bad. So let's see, we were outshot 40-33, so that's that. Zalapsky scored a goal. Sean Van Allen playing for Washington, not for Ottawa. If you're a Sens fan, I know Sean Van Allen used to play for us, but I don't have him, at least not yet. And Guilbert, third star, 39 saves. So that's pretty good. So Zalapsky... Oh, Sean Van Allen opened the scoring. So Washington scored first. Then Zalapsky scored from Bergquist and Larionov. And then Shaw from McIver and Lonnie Loach. Yeah, Brad just saying, me screw you, man. You didn't offer me a contract extension. I'm going to start scoring goals. And then Lonnie Loach is like, hey, I'm going to get points too, man. Dynamic passing leads to productive night for Larry Murphy, who had 5 assists in a 7-0 win. And Craig Simpson got points in 14 straight games. Now we're playing in Boston. So we're playing in Boston and in Washington. Alright, so Boston... Yeah, I don't think Boston's going to be in the playoffs this year. They're 32, 41, and 6. And we have not won against Boston so far. So let's change that. We're a little bit on a roll. We had a okay end to the month of February, and now we're starting pretty good in March. So, sorry, I got my months all confused. The end of March, and now we're rolling into April. Alright, John Blue in net, Guilbert for us. Okay, we lost that one 6-2, so we didn't quite do it. And we were outshot 40-32, so very similar numbers than the previous game. Adam Oates had 3 goals and an assist, so there's going to be a news email about that. Ted Donato had 2 assists, and Steve Hines a goal and an assist. So they had all of the 3 stars. Jamie Baker scored for us, so he might reach the 20-goal plateau from Turgeon and Bradshaw. And Yashin scored from Lazaro and Chris Luongo, so he needs 3 more goals. And Bradshaw improves at left. Bradshaw played left D for some reason, despite me having all of those left Ds here. Okie doke. So there's 4 games left. So Yashin needs 3 goals to reach 50. Let's cross our fingers, or sacrifice a baby unicorn or something. Whatever's handy. Alright, a point streak of 14 games for Gretzky. He had 3 assists in that game. It's pretty good. And Boston is going to be doing the Team Kangaroo Court thing this month. Ray Bourque is going to catch somebody in a few days, stepping on the logo. It's usually a youngster, so who's young on the Boston? Let's take a bet. Is Popovich young? Nah, 26. No. 26. Maybe Mike Ritchie. Or Sergei Zoltak. I'm putting money on Sergei Zoltak. Sergei Zoltak is going to be the guy that steps on the logo. All right. So here we have Craig Simpson. His point streak ended at 14 games against Anaheim. Alexei Kovalev had a good game with a hat trick, 3 goals. Now we're playing in Washington. Hopefully we can do something good here. We have not lost a game against Washington all year, so let's sweep them for the season series. I'm not gonna go and check. I'm pretty sure that didn't happen in reality. So Olaf Kolzig in net. Nah, we lost 3-0. Dang, that means that Yashin for sure didn't score. So now he only has 3 games left to score 3 goals. Of course, he just has to score a hat-trick and that's it. Yeah, outshot 49-28. That's kind of high. Kolzig, 28 save, shutout. Peter Bandra, 2 goals, and Pivanka, goal and an assist. Bandra is also close to a 50-goal season. Red light stays on for Mario Lemieux, who had 3 goals and 2 assists against Montreal in a 6-2 win. That was a 12-game streak with a point, and Gretzky has 15 of those. Wayne Gretzky extends his point streak to 16 games, 2 goals and an assist. Brian Leach, another day-to-day injury. I guess he's just not able to shake it off at this point. 6 days. Pavel Bure extends his goal streak to 5 games. Pretty good. Nothing to see here. Ted Donato is the one that stepped on the... Good thing I didn't bet real money. I would have lost that bet. Alright, we are playing at home against Pittsburgh. We have lost all 4 meetings against them. A win here would be great. And a hat trick by Yashin. Of course, they're sending in Tom Barrasso, so it's not going to be easy. Pittsburgh with the ridiculous record of 63-17-3. And we lost 6-3. So, another loss. We were outshot 39-28. Kinda was expecting that against Pittsburgh. Mario Lemieux, first star with a goal and 3 assists. Jagger, a goal and 2 assists. And Mike Stapleton, a goal, and that's it. Lonely Loach on the power play from Deg and Yashin. Lazaro from Luongo and Jimmy Baker. And Yashin scored from Zalewski and Alexander Deg. So Yashin has 48 goals. He's so close. 13 straight games with a point for Mario Lemieux against us. He's so close. 2 games against Boston and New Jersey, we can do it. Turmoil in Anaheim. New rumor says Mighty Ducks dressing room trouble could cause ouster of Crisp. So Terry Crisp might lose his job in Anaheim already after just 1 season. Oops. Suspension for Todd Gill. Todd Gill has been suspended for the next 5 games. Todd Gill now playing for Washington. And Dmitry Yuskevich and Brian Benning of the Flyers are working at the local homeless shelter. We've seen that quite a few times, so they're becoming better persons. Alright, at home against Boston. Right, we have not won a single game against Boston this year, so let's win that one. Let's win 1. And we did! We won 42. Although we were outshot 46-23. Larionov, a goal and an assist, was the first star. Adam Oates, second star with an assist. And Yashin was the third star with a goal and an assist. So Yashin has 49 goals now. Oh my god. He needs to score in New Jersey to get to 50. What a tense finish. So Bergquist scored from assisted by Yashin from Zalewski and Serjan. Larionov from Rumble and Jodiel. And Jimmy Baker from Rumble and Igor Larionov. Bad news for Ottawa. Gordonin is injured. For 4 months. Ouch. Well, we're going to put him on the injured reserve. I'm not going to call in somebody because there's only 1 game left for the season. So the Rick Bonus can use Paul Cavallini, that's fine. Wayne Gretzky's point streak ended at 16 games, was held pointless against the Flames. Well, the Flames have a good season, 50-28-6. Trevor Linden has a memorable game with 4 assists. Alright. Come on, Yashin, you can do it. Alright, New Jersey has brother in net. We are 1-1-1 against New Jersey this year. We won 1, we lost 1, and we tied 1. Come on. Come on, I just want for Yashin to get... I don't even care if we win. I just want for Yashin to get a goal. And we lost 3-2. Let's go ahead and check. Degg scored on the power play. And Bradshaw. So Yashin came so close. 49 goals, but he didn't do it. So John Morris was the first star. A goal and 2 assists. Mark Lamb had an assist, second star. And Zdeno Seger the goal and an assist for the third star. We were outshot 34-33. So close. He did get an assist. It's a secondary assist. I was gonna say Degg probably tipped his shot to steal it from him, but that's the secondary assist. So that's not what happened. I don't know. I don't think Alexander Degg is evil or anything. I don't know why I portrayed him like that. Alright. Jeremy Roenick lit the lamp all night with 3 goals and an assist. Luc Robitaille has achieved 400 goals, so pretty good career so far. A goal and 2 assists for him. Coffey extends his assist streak to 8 games against his former team, the Oilers. Mark Messier suspended right before the playoffs start. That's not good. He's suspended for 6 games too. Wow, that could be like almost a full first round. Great night for Mike Gardner with a hat trick, 3 goals. Alright, so Paul Holmgren might lose his job in Tampa. He just got hired too. Paul, you should have ticked that little box that says do not get fired. It saved my butt so far, I can guarantee it. Alright, so we are done, and I think everybody's done. Yeah, everybody has played 84 games. So are the playoffs... No, the playoff trees are not built yet. So we're gonna go... In just a second here, we're going to go ahead and see who made the playoffs and who they're going to face. I mean, we could look right now, but there's going to be a handy little tree that's going to be here that's going to make it a visual. All right. Okay, so the nominees for the Art Trophy are Doug Gilmour. 109 points. Okay. Ron Francis. 102 points, okay, and Steve Yzerman, 137 points, okay. Pretty sure who's going to win it. Again, you know, if we go and check, if we just check the... So, okay, so Yzerman I can see maybe, but why aren't Jagger, Nieuwendyk, and Lemieux considered? I mean, some of the players consider... I know that there's probably more to it than that, but... And, you know, the art doesn't always go just to the best scorer, but, you know, usually they should be getting at least some consideration, so... I find that odd. The Vizina is going to be between Andy Moog of the Detroit Red Wings. Remember that trade, so that trade paid off for the Red Wings. They went with older goaltending instead of going with Chris Osgood. And he had a pretty good season for them. Dominic Hasek of Buffalo and John Casey of... So, I mean, I guess it worked for them. They went and got John Casey for some weird reason. And he outplayed Ed Belfour. And he's a nomination for the Vizina, and he didn't have a bad season. I mean, those are pretty good numbers. 40 wins and 13 losses, 6 shutouts. So he went in there. I guess he didn't steal it. For the Norris, we have Larry Murphy of Pittsburgh with 92 points in 84 games. Nick Lidstrom, 66 points. And Paul Coffey, 121 points. So almost as good a season as the season before. Oh, he missed 4 games. That must be why. For the Calder, we have Alexei Yashin, of course, with his 95-point season, 49 goals and 46 assists. Jason Arnott, 67 points. And Peter Forsberg with 65 points. I think Yashin might have a good shot of winning the Calder. That was one heck of a season. I hope he continues playing like that. GM of the Year, Craig Button of the Dallas Stars, David Poyle of the Washington Capitals, and Doug Risebrough of the Calgary Flames. Selke between Dallas Drake, Ron Francis, and Steve Yzerman. Lady Bing between Alexander Mogilny, Ross Courtnall, and Teemu Selanne. Mark Messier Leadership Award is going to go between Chris Chelios, Joe Sakic, and Mark Messier. I bet he doesn't win it again. Ted Lindsay between Doug Gilmour, Ron Francis, and Steve Yzerman. And the Jack Adams between Bob Plager of Calgary, Daryl Sutter of Chicago, and Scotty Bowman of Pittsburgh. Oh, do we have the playoff 3 now? Not yet. Alright, so we have the playoff 3 now. So in the East, we're going to have the Flyers facing the Penguins, the Devils facing the Rangers, the Canadiens facing the Sabres, and the Islanders facing the Capitals. So only 3 teams from our conference, or division. Pittsburgh, Montreal, and Buffalo. All of the other teams were in the other one. And in the West, we have Edmonton against Chicago, Vancouver against Los Angeles, Winnipeg against Detroit, and Dallas against Calgary. So let's see. That's going to be interesting. I think the Wings are going to win it. I think they're going to ride Andy Moog all the way to the Stanley Cup. Let's see. So let's see. Detroit won 5-0. Los Angeles won. Dallas, Edmonton, Washington, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and New Jersey. So those are the winners of the first game. I'm going to be very nitpicky here. It's really not like that big of a deal, but it would be cool if the playoff schedules would kind of follow the format in real life, where the games are kind of scattered and not all happening the same day. Again, that's being very nitpicky, but that would add to realism. Although I don't know, maybe back in the day, maybe they were all on the same day. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Selanne misses time with day-to-day injury. Oh, that could hurt the Jets here. He's hurt for 5 days. I don't know if he's gonna play hurt or something. So let's see. Detroit lost. Oh, so Winnipeg won. So it's tied at 1. LA is up 2-0. Calgary won. Edmonton won. The Islanders won. Pittsburgh is crushing Philadelphia. Buffalo won. And Rangers won. Okay. Alright. And Adam Graves gives time and money to cancer research. Better person. Congratulations, Mr. Graves. Ooh, Scott Stevens got suspended in the playoffs for the Devils. He's going to miss the next game. I don't know if the game engine recognizes that it's in the playoffs and gives smaller suspensions like in real life, because playoff games are worth more games or something ridiculous like that. A hit to the head is a hit to the head. Come on. And no stopping Pavel Bure, who had a hat trick against the Kings. All right, so let's see here. Detroit won 3-2, so they are up 2-1. Vancouver won, so they are trailing 2-1 in their series. Dallas shut out Calgary 4-0. Edmonton shut out Chicago 2-0. Islanders won. Pittsburgh won again. They're leading their series 3-0. So is Buffalo. They won against Montreal. Go ahead and sweep them, please. In New Jersey. So 3 shutouts in the playoffs yesterday. Suspension over for Scott Stevens and Todd Gill, so they're both back. It's Detroit is leading their series 3-1. So is LA. Dallas won 3-1. Chicago won 3-2. Islanders shut out Washington 3-0. Oh, Philly finally won a game, but Montreal did not. So Montreal is out in 4, and New Jersey won. So. Yeah, there's only one series that's over. Buffalo got rid of Montreal in 4, and all the other series are 3-1. There's no series tied at 2. Oh, Ken Daneko is suspended for 1 game. Stéphane Richer lit the lamp all game with a 3-goal and 1 assist performance. Oh, they trounced the Rangers 9-1. Ouch. Theo Fleury had a good game with 3 goals and an assist. Oh, Winnipeg won. So Detroit is not my pick to win the Stanley Cup is not past the first round yet. So Pittsburgh moves forward, New Jersey moves forward, Buffalo moves forward, Islanders moves forward, Edmonton moves forward, and Dallas moves forward. So there's 2 series that are not over. Kings and Canucks, and Red Wings and Jets are still going. So it's all in the West. Alright, so let's see. LA, yeah, they both move forward. So both LA and Detroit finally won their series in 6. So with pretty convincing wins, 5-1 and 5-0. So that's moving on to the next round. Alright, scouting reports, don't care. Development report, care very much. Look at all those losses. Yikes. Who got better? Let's focus on who got better. It's gonna be a lot faster too. Basanik. Oh, I'm glad that my defenseman is better on faceoffs. McCabe. Okay, McCabe is he's still young, but he's getting better. McLavoie, Lonnie Loach, Todd Reardon, better at faceoffs. Don't care. Patrick Travers. I'm gonna need to give him a contract. And Yashin is becoming more professional. Oh, his potential increased. His potential was only 3.5 stars. I guess now with the great season that he had, his potential is 4 stars now. So that's very interesting. He might become a really, really, really good player. He was a really, really good player in real life, but there was always kind of that sense that he could have done just a little bit more. Be it with, especially with the Islanders, I thought that, he... Anyway. So... I guess we'll see, but definitely things are looking up for Yashin. As usual, Deg didn't get any increase in anything. I think he's gonna bust again like he did in real life, sadly. Alright. Oh, do I have the new playoff trees? I wanna look at that. Yep, so the second round are gonna be Devils against the Pens, Islanders against the Sabres, Oilers against the Kings, and Stars against Red Wings. So my pick to win is still up. Alright, Ken Daneyko is back from suspension. Oh, I have to select a nominee for the Hall of Fame. I'll go with Mike O'Connell. Why not? There you go. Probably not gonna vote for him, but depends who all is available or eligible rather. All right, so the first games of the second round happened. So Detroit won, Edmonton shut out LA 5-0. Pittsburgh shut out New Jersey 1-0, and the Islanders won 4-1 against Buffalo. All right. Oh, I almost moved past the second set of games. So Dallas won 3-2, so that's tied at 1. LA won 4-3, that's tied at 1 as well. Pittsburgh won 6-1, they're leading 2-0, and Buffalo won 4-3. All right. Okay, Vladimir Ruzicka and those scholarships at Hometown College. So I read all of that once. I'm not gonna do it again. But basically, Ruzicka's kind of endorsing school programs, so that makes him a better person. Jason Arnott has a good game with 5 assists, 6-1 against the Kings, so the Oilers are up 2-1 in their series. Injury forces Sergei Fyodorov out. Ouch. For 6 weeks, so the playoffs are pretty much over for Fyodorov. That's not good. It's my pick, man. My pick for the Stanley Cup. So Dallas won again 3-2, Edmonton 6-1, Pittsburgh 5-3, and the Islanders 5-1. So if we look at the playoff tree, so Pittsburgh's leading 3-0, Islanders are up 2-1, Edmonton's up 2-1, and Dallas is up 2-1. So Pittsburgh might get rid of the Devils in 4. Detroit's back in the series, tied 2-2. Edmonton 1-1, so the Kings are facing elimination. Pittsburgh got rid of New Jersey with a 5-4 win, and Buffalo's back in their series as well, 4-3. Interesting. Alright, so they won, so that's tied at 2, that's tied at 2. So the Kings face elimination, and the other series are gonna require at least 2 more games. LA's still in it, they won 4-3. Oh, Detroit crushed Dallas 7-0, and Buffalo won 5-2. So Buffalo and Detroit are now ahead, and Edmonton is still ahead. They couldn't finish it. Islanders 1-5-2. So it's tied at 3. Dallas 1-4-1. That's tied at 3. And LA 1-3-2. So it's tied at 3 as well. Wow. So three of the 4 second round matchups made it to the limit. That's pretty good stuff. Yep. 3-3-3. So let's see who moves on to the conference finals. It's pretty cool. All right, let's click on the button and see. Detroit won 6-0, so Dallas is gone. Oh, it was all shutouts. Edmonton won 2-0, so they're moving forward, and Buffalo won 2-0. They're moving forward. Wow. The Oilers are doing really good. They don't have that great of a team. They didn't even play for 500. They made the playoffs barely. Like 38, 41, and 1 was their record. Wow. Now they're making it to the conference finals against Detroit. That won't be easy. And then Buffalo's going to face Pittsburgh. So Detroit is still alive. My pick. Of course, the loss of Fyodorov might hurt. Edmonton won 3-2 and Pittsburgh won 6-0. So Pittsburgh and Edmonton are both up 1-0. Wow, Edmonton is just having like the run of their 90s career, I guess. Because of course, you know, in the 80s the Oilers were really good. Good night for Ron Francis. He had 3 goals, and the Pittsburgh Penguins took a 2-0 lead in their series against Buffalo with a 5-2 win. And in the West, Detroit won 6-2, so that's tied at 1. Alright, let's see. Edmonton won 2-0. They're up 2-1. And Buffalo won 5-2. So both series are up 2-1 for Pittsburgh and Edmonton. Right. Oh, Tom Barrasso has new pads. So he might get better at rebound control because of them, maybe? That's another news that we've seen before, so I didn't read it. Alright. Edmonton won 5-3. Oh my god, the Red Wings, my pick, are down 1-3 in their series. And Buffalo tied the series 3-2. Wow. Very interesting stuff. I find that very interesting to see what might happen. Okay, I'm curious. I want to look at Edmonton because, okay, they have Bill Ranford in net, Brian Glynn, Greg Allgood, Dave Manson, Craig Muni, Bob Beers, Chris Joseph, Luke Richardson, Jeff Smith, Shane Corson, Martin Gina, Craig Simpson. They don't have, like, anybody that wasn't on the team or anything like that. They don't have, like, anything too crazy. I guess they're just playing well. The coach must be getting the best out of their players. I need to go get that coach. That's what I need to do. All right. Detroit faces elimination. They won 3-2, so they're down 3-2. And Buffalo is up 3-2, so they lost the first two and won the next three. So Detroit and Pittsburgh are both facing elimination. And I would say that out of those four teams, they probably would be the favorites. Awesome. I like surprises. I like underdogs. Detroit's still alive, and so is Pittsburgh. Both series are going to 7 games. Pittsburgh's Lemieux injured. Oh, Mario Lemieux is out for 3 months. Oh, that's gonna sting for Pittsburgh. Oh, cannot happen at a worse moment. It's up to Buffalo to. I mean, they still have a great team even without Mario Lemieux. They have a lot of firepower, but that's their leader. It's up to Buffalo to capitalize on that. You don't get a chance like that very often. So let's do it. Both series are tied at 3 games apiece. So the winners, both winners of tonight's games are going to the Stanley Cup Finals. So who is it gonna be? It's Buffalo against Detroit. So Detroit came back. They were down in their series and they ended it in really good fashion with a shutout for nothing. And Buffalo did capitalize against Mario Lemieux less Pittsburgh Penguins. Good game for Dale Hawerchuk. He had a 4-goal game, so Dale Hawerchuk really gave it to the Pittsburgh Penguins to eliminate them. Awesome job. Alright, so we're going to have a Buffalo Sabres, Detroit Red Wings final. So let's see if my prediction was correct. Buffalo wins the first game 6-2. Pretty convincing win there. Detroit wins the second game 4-3, so the Stanley Cup final is tied at 1. Alright. So those are the changes to players' stats. Oh, now I have to vote for the Hall of Fame. So who am I going to try to send to the... Man, Bernie didn't make it. You need to go. Lanny McDonald. Then I guess Guy Lapointe and probably Gilles Meloche. There you go. Those are my votes. Good luck, fellas. Oh, Buffalo won. Buffalo is up 2-1 in the Stanley Cup final. Buffalo might surprise me. Surprise me only because I said Detroit would win. Detroit came back, 3-2 win. It's gonna be a tight one, tied at 2. You've been extended. The Ottawa Senators like what they see in you and they have renewed your contract. Actually, they don't, and they make it abundantly clear, but they cannot fire me. The joys of a video game. Detroit won 4-0, so they're 1 win away from the Stanley Cup. Buffalo came back 7-3 win, trouncing. Well, it's going to the limit. 7 games. Buffalo won the Stanley Cup with a 6-4 win against Detroit in Game 7 in Detroit at the Joe Louis Arena. So Buffalo is the Stanley Cup champions in the 1993-1994 season. Of course, Buffalo never won the Stanley Cup. So, well, in my universe, they did. Let's take a look at all of that stuff here real quick, and then we're going to call that a video. And then after that, the next video, so 1994-1995, of course, is, as we know, the season where there was the strike, so there's going to be it's going to be a shortened season. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to do the off season all the way up to right before the half season starts in January. So there's not going to be a preseason, I don't believe. If there is, then I'll play that preseason. I don't remember if there's going to be a preseason or not. And then, after that, we're gonna resume as normal after that. But that's my plan. The months where there's no hockey going on or anything like that, it's going to go pretty fast, because there's not gonna be a lot of news to read. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but we're gonna go ahead and see whenever we're there. So Yzerman is out of action, and he's listed as day-to-day, so he was hurt in the last game. Sabres crowned champions. They did have a great season, 51-27-6, so that was a great season, and they won the Stanley Cup. Doug Gilmour won the Hart with 109 points in 83 games. Again, that's not a bad season, but it's not 140 points like some of the other guys, so I don't know. Connie Smythe went to Dale Hawerchuk for his playoff contribution. Dominic Hasek won the Vizina. Paul Coffey wins the Norris. Alexei Yashin won the Calder. Okay, so the logic was followed here. I mean, he had like 30 more points than the other two, so Doug Risebrough captures the GM of the year for the Calgary Flames. Selke goes to Dallas Drake. Jaromir Jagr won the Maurice Richard Trophy. He scored how many? 66. He had 87 the season before, 66 this year. A lot more assists though, so he has 2 more points for the season. Art Russ goes to Jagr, so he was the league's top scorer, 153 points. Fedorov won the plus-minus. He was plus 62. John Casey won the Roger Crozier Award. And Jennings. Lady Bing goes to Selani. Joe Mullen wins the Bill Masterton for the greatest comeback. I guess he did miss some games the season before. Came back with 133 points. I suppose that qualifies. Mark Messier wins the Mark Messier Leadership Award. At least he won his own trophy this year. Doug Gilmour, winner of Ted Lindsay. Pittsburgh coach Scotty Bowman is the Jack Adams winner. We don't have any all-stars. Alright. And I'm gonna keep that up here. I will... So those are all of my staff people that need either extensions or to be let go. So I'll do that off screen prior to the next video, and then I'll show who I decided to go with for my new head coach, because I will not be keeping Rick Bonus. I have recanted on my on what I said, that if I was to reach 45 points for the season, I would keep him. But I have not been liking some of the player usage and everything, so I'm going to go in a different direction as far as that goes. So I am going to save that. Oops. So that's it for today. So as usual, thank you for tuning in. Again, if you've liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe. And until I roll this game again, see you guys next time. Thank you.